Namaskar. In my last video, I came here with the concept of the Amrapali Magazine, and I have placed that how important is researching and writing for an artist, even knowing what is happening in the art world, how it's connected to the history, how other subjects like anthropology, archaeology is connected, because these things helps you in reasoning. It will also help you in creating a production if it is aligned to subjects like this. And most importantly, we, being an artist, we need to have such a voice. There are many magazines in relation to arts and culture. And I personally feel that being an artist, we all must support such an initiative because in a very long run, being an artist, I have experienced that we do not have a tribunal. We do not have an agency who will listen to us, who will listen to the pain that many of the artists goes through. I have encountered such artists also who have been working in a mere salary of like 25 to 30,000 per month or even less than that. They have been trying to place this with the concerned body, but there is no one to even understand about them, to understand about the struggle they go through. We all need to have a kind of a tribunal, a kind of an association that we can place our concern, and there will be someone who can take a step ahead regarding our concerns or complaints or the struggle phase. Magazines like this is a platform to not only share knowledge or gather knowledge, but to place your concern, a solution, a framework for artists that will lead to a systematic pattern of executions. If at this point of time we are struggling, we cannot give an affordable, a well-settled professional life to our students. This is where we need to work upon. We all, being artists through decades, have witnessed nepotism, have witnessed the darker side of such practices that happens in art. But we tend to remain quiet. Why? Because we know there's no one to listen to. Changes to make it happen is quite challenging, and also there is no procedural implementation by any specific individual, specifically from the art field, who will place this to the higher authorities. So in this case, what I request all the artists to please be together, voice out for any difficulties that has been showered upon practicing artists. I knew few of the artists who are hampered or blacklisted or even discontinued from their job because they voiced out, because they wrote complaints to the authorities. If these things will happen and is still happening, then how can we, being an artist, can expect that transparency will retain? It's going to be a very tough phase for all of us being an artist. There are even individuals who were not continued onto their job because they had a personal clash with the administrative department, and they made all the dramas to remove that particular person, even having false complaints made by their staff, and out of whom 80% even do not know where they are signing. They came to know this very late that their signature actually went out to defame somebody or even throw out from the respective job. So this kind of very cheap kind of a behavior keeps on happening from a very long time, and it's still happening, and it will still happen if we do not voice out. In today's time, where we talk about uh, young India, new India, and if this system exists, are we really doing justice to the system that the government have implemented? I'm asking to those officers who knows about the wrongdoings happening, but are you standing by the government who really wants to implement goodness for the community? You will make all sorts of paper, you will make all sorts of complaints, you will gather your own community, you will have, in fact, you will have some artist who will be in your community to support your voice. Do you think you are doing any kind of justice to the artist community, whereas you are the official representative of the culture? You are sitting there in the cultural department because we have become artists. Imagine there used to be no artist, then the department, the body would not have existed, right? Since you're sitting there, you're getting your salary, you'll be getting your pensions when you retire. Why? Because of these struggling artists. And if there is no one to listen to, because nobody wants to mutilate their official documents, nobody wants a complaint there. And this is the least thing that they do, is they don't just bother. We need to have one voice, one platform, one such strength for the artist community. The Amrapali Magazine is not just an archival documentation. It is also a voice for art policy making. The ones who have gone through their tough phase, let's all together find out a solution. I personally believe that when you are given a task, a higher position, you need to give your 100% to it, because there are very few who could have reached to that position. When you're there, the only thing is not you individually, but what the chair is made for. You cannot support nepotism, you cannot have lobbyism, you cannot promote only your people, you cannot have that stage, particularly having a part for yourself. That is not justice. But we see that these things are happening. One particular person who will refrain from all these attainments will be the true one who can do justice for that particular organization or institution, because that particular person's sole motive is only seva bhav. One who have seva bhav in him will give 100% for the benefit of the people working, learning, teaching, executing events of the organization. Let us all stay united into such holistic efforts like Amrapali Magazine. There are many such similar magazines who voice out, who needs your support, who needs your voice to be placed there. Be with them. Be a strong support for such initiative. Remember, there is very few people who will voice for others. If they are there, that means they are with strong principles and ethics. They are not there to compromise. They are not afraid of losing anything, but only to be there what is justified, what is ethical, and what is correct.